We once again thank the Inanna sponsor of the Yeshirim for giving us the opportunity to share the pshatim of the Rishonim and the Achronim in the Mishnah, the end of Sot, and the Gemara and Daf Sadi Zion, Amid Aleph and Sanhedrin. Right. We now, as we approach the end of the Mishnah, there's a number of cases which are very, very similar, and we'll just speak about two of them now. Narim, which are 12 and 13, according to my count. Narim Pnei Zakenim Yalbino, Zakenim Yamdu Pnei Katanim. We have kind of an opposite twist over here, that the um, the young people, the Narim, Nar comes from Lashon to shake up. They're usually a teenager is referred to a Nar. The Narim will embarrass, they'll defame and embarrass the Zakenim. And Zakenim Yamdu Pnei Katanim. The Zakenim will, as it were, humble themselves, Pnei Katanim. And we see this phenomenon happening a little bit in our days, that with the rapid change in technology, that many of the older generation doesn't know exactly what to do. They don't know how to hold a cell phone or certainly an iPhone or any of these other technological advances. So therefore they feel, as it were, embarrassed. They feel disgraced in front of the eyes of in front of the Ketanim. They feel perhaps the Ketanim have a certain advantage over them, and we know that this is definitely not the case. Right? We know it's definitely not the case. The pasuk in Yeshaya, Perik Gimel, pasuk Hey, says, "V'nigash am ish b'ish ish b'reu yarchev anar b'zakin mikol nechvad." Right, the pasuk talks about how the right way, the right, the right surah, the right form of the Jewish people is when the younger generation humbles itself to the older generation. They respect their wisdom and they respect their life experience. As Rashi says in Kedushin, Harptaki, the experiences of life make a person wiser. And even in that older non-Jew, there is a concept of honoring him because of his life experiences. And we must be ever so careful, because as the world disgraces the older generation, we have to be so careful not to let ourselves be influenced by this movement, by this trend. I found a very, very interesting, commentary of the Gra, Megillas Esther, Perak Aleph, Pasuk Hey through Vav. The Gra brings the Gemara in Brachas, the Vav, Amud Aleph, or is it Amud Beis, I believe? Amud Beis. The Gemara in Brachas Vav Amud Beis says, Amar Rabbi Zera, Agra the Pirka Riyata. Amar Rabbi, Agra the Kala Duchaka. The schar, the reward for the Kala, for the Yarchi Kala, is Duchaka, is the pushing, right? And on a simple level, it means that the people come to you, many of the people come to Yarchi Kala, they come to the Shir, they don't really understand it so well, right? The only thing what they're rewarded for is not their understanding, but the effort they had to put in to come to the Yarchi Kala, because there's a lot of pushing there. So says the Gra, this is actually a remez, this is actually a hint to the Gula Lassid Lavo, Ikfas and the Mashiach, right? And the Kala, Agra the Kala Duchaka, right, is talking about the Gula Lassid Lavo, yeah, the Gula Lassid Lavo, and there will be Dchak, right? The reward for the Dchak is the Agra, the Kala Duchaka, right? That the reward for enduring the difficulties of the Gullus will be the Gula itself, and that's Agra the Kala Dukra. The reward is for water, for, as it were, going through Chavli Mashiach, right? And this is what the Gemara says: "B'ikvas the Mashiach chutz b'yaz given arim yobini zakenim zem yom pnei narim." Right. That's This is the Agra the Schar, the Agra the Kala is going to be the Dukha, and this is why, says the Gra, well, l'chein narim pnei Zikanim Yalbinu, right? Why is it going to be like this? Why will the Narim disgrace the Zikanim, right? Because there'll be a trend. There'll be a trend towards corruption once again, and the Zikanim will try to change that trend, but the Narim will fight against it and will disgrace them for not coming up and not staying with the times. And this is something again we have to be aware of. The godless of Klal Yisrael, every generation, which is an older generation, is one generation closer to our Sinai, and for this reason, we're required to respect our elders and to treat them with more honor because they're one step closer to Har Sinai than us, and we must be ever so careful to maintain this covered and this recognition, uh, whether it be their knowledge of Torah, whether it be their life experiences, whether it be the closest to Har Sinai, whether it be just Hakaras Satayv, that they brought us into this world and took care of us. All of these things are reasons why we must respect our elders, and we are obligated to give them. Again, I thank the United sponsor for sponsoring these shirim, these marathon Moshiach shirim, and whoever wants to donate to our campaign can do so at tradingpostcam.org, and we'll have a few more shirim, and then we'll finish this marathon because I'm almost out of breath.